Hi, my name is Wendy Vineyard, and I'm here with my book publisher, Gerald Robert. He's got something really interesting to tell you.
I do have something very interesting to share. We're excited as a company, Black Card Books, to have acquired Wendy's book. We're excited about her message and how to live with more vitality. It's a great book, so we're excited about that. We think it's going to help a lot of people in Canada and around the world. As a book publisher, we're very concerned about marketing, and as a book publisher in this day and age, if we're not thinking outside of the box, we're done. We are one of the fastest growing companies in Canada. And the reason that is because we think outside of the box. And so I'd like to invite you to watch this short presentation on an idea or a concept that may help you. If you're an entrepreneur, small business owner, an organization, you probably would agree that advertising and marketing costs are going up, but response rates are often going down. Well, in coming up with a concept, a different concept for Wendy's book, as it's transpired, we have an opportunity for you to potentially partner with our company, Black Card Books, and Wendy's book. There's going to be a lot of promotion around this. It's very different. And if you're interested in increasing your response rate and maybe getting in on a new concept, I'm going to ask you to watch this short video, which will really give you more information on this outside of the box concept. Hi, my name is Jerry Robert, and I'm the author of this book, The Millionaire Mindset: How Ordinary People Can Create Extraordinary Income. I'm also the publisher at Black Card Books, and I wanted to talk to you today about an innovative concept. In the publishing world, book publishing, if you're not innovative, you're going to be dead. And so we are one of the fastest growing book publishers in North America. I mean, we're just growing by leaps and bounds. And part of it is some innovative strategies that we have developed so that we could partner our books with people and companies and organizations like you might run or be part of. One of the things that I have been teaching for the last 25 years, I've taught this to over 3 million people, is essentially looking at most people's marketing. If you think of most people, their marketing, most of us agree that there's a small number of people who are ready, qualified, and will buy what we sell. As business owners, as organizations, we know that a small number of people, say 20%, will give us 80% of our revenue. The problem with most businesses today is the fundamental approach they're using to grow that organization or attract prospects to that organization. And so typically what people do is they advertise to the bottom of the marketplace. So that is, they do all kinds of shotgun approaches to advertising, lead generation, recruiting. And so they do that with all kinds of things like ads on TV, radio. They do a lot of networking, for example. They go attend conferences, trade shows. There are a bunch of methods that people use to, magazines, all kinds of different ideas that people use to grow and attract potential customers or donors or potential salespeople. The problem with operating on the bottom of the market is that we know that in this group, 80% of the people will ever only give us 20% of the revenue. And yet most approaches today, and it's the same for us in book publishing or training business, most of the people down here are going to produce very little results. What if there was a way for you to attract the hot prospects, the ones who are predisposed to buy what you sell, and position you in a very interesting way in front of that market? There is such a way. It's a new way. It's one that's outside of the box, and one that I developed, and one that may really skyrocket your effectiveness in the marketplace. One of the things I've taught in the past is that the quality of the way you start a sale affects the speed at which you close the sale. Let me repeat that. The quality of how you open a sales conversation will have a direct impact at the speed at which you close that sale. And so one of the things that we have always done, and I've been hired by many of the Fortune 500 companies, FedEx, American Express, Microsoft, McDonald's, Prudential Insurance, a lot of companies, about 47 different industries. I mean, I've taught them this notion that they should learn to find prospects who are predisposed to buy what they sell and make them come directly to you. You see, if you are talking to people who have identified themselves as predisposed, you're going to have a much better time of reducing the sales cycle for a lot of those people, because now you're not talking to tire kickers, you're talking to your specific market. So let me tell you how I came up with this idea of taking prospects and making them come directly to you. I did that because in our day and age, you have to be innovative. And so we developed this whole concept of attraction marketing devices. And so if we offer something of great value, people will come. We know, for example, that the consumer mindset today is very jagged. They're overloaded with advertising, with marketing, and they're often resistant to those of us who sell anything. But what if we had something that they wanted that had high perceived value, and they could have an opportunity of getting that information, but making that information in a way where their minds are open and that they would be open to listening to your marketing message in a way that would not be available in this area here, in the general marketplace. Let me tell you what I came up with. So, you know, in movies, there's a whole industry around product placement. When you see Tom Cruise in a movie with a can of Coke, somebody's paying for that can of Coke to be placed in his hand, and if he holds it, it's one fee. If he drinks some of it, it's even another fee. That product placement is fairly developed concept. It started in radio. I mean, the fact that we could turn on a radio on our cars or in our homes, and it doesn't cost us anything because it's underwritten by sponsors. We know that television works the same way. We know that on the internet is completely sponsor-based. You know, when you do a search on Google, you don't pay any money. You get that privilege because there are people who also want to get in front of people who are searching on the internet, and they underwrite the whole thing. Well, I started to think, and I am the first person to apply that concept to book publishing. Think about this for a second. If we take a book and somebody has invited you, or you have this opportunity to consider what maybe potentially advertising or partnering with us on an upcoming book where we mention you to your target market and then place you within a book. These are phenomenal tools. A book is so powerful because when people are in a book, they're in a learning mode, not in an advertising mode. And so we typically create sections in the back of the books entitled, resources the author recommends. I want our books to be very practical. And so we have vendors in the back of the book who may tell the reader what their message is, And then we have things like category exclusivity. We'll only have one person per industry in the back of each book. That's something that's very powerful. People never throw away a book. They're in a learning mode. It's an advertisement, but they don't feel like it's an advertisement. And we have all kinds of programs where you can benefit by the attractive power of a book. And if you're open-minded and you want to get more information on this, then you need to take some action.
So there you have it, folks. It's a different concept. We know it's not for everybody, but there is a really limited opportunity here that's going to be gone very quickly. So if there's something inside of you that's thinking, you know, I wonder if this will work for me, my suggestion is get your questions answered. It's a very simple next step. It's simply to call Wendy. She'll get you the information you need. We have a simple proposal that we'd like to send you, which will give you the answers that you need to really determine if a partnership of this nature may benefit your company. We know it's not for everybody, but if you'd like to get your questions answered, if you'd like to pursue this a little bit further, it's a simple step. Just call Wendy.